Yo,
Let's do
Technical File Podcast. It's your boy Abdi, Miles, and Johannes. Back at it again with another episode. Today we got a list of things that we're going to talk about, get to for the culture, and then, the usual, let me rant real quick. First, I want to start off with, I know I didn't get to see you guys last week. Andre Drummond, biggest quote-unquote free agent at the time, signed, got that buyout with the Cleveland Cavaliers, signed a deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. LaMarcus Aldridge signs a deal with the Brooklyn Nets. Let's talk about super teams here, guys. Do you think that's just a little myth going on around this era right now, or give me your thoughts on super teams in general?
If I could go first, when you say myth, I think what you mean to say of D is it's a competitive advantage. It's something what we're used to. We've been watching this since y'all's team in '08 when y'all put that super team together. Y'all got a chip out of it, stole one from my team, and we're used to it by now. That's the whole reason LeBron went to South Beach. It's honestly like a big old domino effect because it started with y'all. LeBron went to South Beach, and then eventually the Golden State Warriors formed after LeBron had came back to Cleveland. And yeah, man, we're used to seeing this kind of thing. So honestly, I feel like he's to quote the great Damian Lillard. These guys are running from the grind. They don't want to they don't want to see they don't want to see the teams at a even competitive advantage. But hey, they're impatient and they're kind of all getting towards the end of their career. And when I say all, I mean the Brooklyn Nets squad that we see right now. They want to win. They want to win now. And if you're a real competitor, a professional competitor competing at a high level, I understand it. I get it. But I wouldn't consider my team any super team by any means. I wouldn't consider us. Look, man, I wouldn't consider Andre Drummond the final piece to make us that team in the West. We got to think about Denver,
Respect,
bro.
respectfully, Andre Drummond is I think 8-time All-Star, right?
Was
Was or something.
was
If I'm correct, I'm
was.
not sure.
There's no way in the hell he's an 8-time All-Star.
Let's
There's
check.
no way in the
Let's
hell.
check.
There's no way
I
in the
think he
hell he's an
was.
All-Star
I
over
think he was an
Rondo
All Star
that many
two
times.
or I want to say five at the most. He
There's
probably
not
got
even
in.
3.
He probably got in twice. I want to say that year that he was averaging a double double. It was
Oh wow,
wrecking the
right there,
league.
got in twice. You guys are right.
Twice, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was wrecking the league, but by no means would I call him like that final piece for us to be a super team. However, I would say that for Denver, definitely,
Oh, here we
definitely
go.
them.
So wait, so you saying a team of LeBron, AD, the other AD,
That's it.
And Kyle
Stop.
Kuzma.
Just stop.
I'll give Kyle Kuzma the credit he deserves because he does deserve
He's
credit.
playing.
He's
He's
hooping right
playing,
now,
but
but
he definitely needs to improve his footwork. But he's
yeah,
playing well.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
let
man.
I'm
I
gonna
would
let I'm
say
gonna let you go.
it does. The star power ends after AD. That's where it ends, bro. Like we have a potential all star in Schroeder and Montrez. Mate, I can't even say Montrez, bro. He's he's not that dude. Like we don't have no other like if we were to put any of our players on another team, would they be all stars? I can't say that. So it's LeBron and AD. Maybe Schroeder. That's about it. That's the only one I can, and possibly Kyle, possibly. But that's all I can think of. And Kyle's not that dude just yet.
Johannes,
But
Johannes,
maybe
Johannes, go
maybe
ahead and shut
because
him
he's
up,
playing
please.
with LeBron. So go ahead. I'm talking.
Yeah,
I'm being critical of
I've
my own
never
team
heard
here.
anybody be so wrong in their life. Okay, let's get this out the way. LeBron and AD are going to the Hall of Fame right now. The NBA stopped right now. Schroeder and Trez were both six-man finalists, six-man of the year finalists. All right, and they're both carrying the Lakers squad right now, alongside Kuzma. Even though I don't like Kuzma, Abdi's correct, and you're correct too. So let's get that out the way. All right, you are a super team. Cut it out. You know what it is. All right. Secondly, the NBA needs super teams, in my opinion. You always need that team that you need to beat to make the league competitive. I know some people might think like, oh, a big three in Brooklyn or Miami or Boston or whatever is like a competitive advantage. It's not fair. I remember when CJ McCollum was complaining about when KD went to the Golden State Warriors that year. Shut up, man. You in the NBA like everybody else, right? You're a hooper, right? You got 15 players on your team just like anybody else, right? So step the grind up, live up to your contract, and take them out. Let's cut the BS. You know what I'm saying? As far as Drummond being a centerpiece or a piece of the puzzle for the Lakers, they definitely do need that pick and roll guy and that that can crash the boards and make AD's life easier. And even though I don't like Drummond, Abdi knows how much I don't like Drummond. He is a big piece on that Lakers team. You got LeBron, AD, Drummond, Schroeder, Kuzma, Trez. Like it's not a soft team to go through.
Can I redact my statement? Can I redact my statement?
Go for it. You were all the way wrong, so go for it.
He's an important piece. He's a good piece, but considering the state of the West right now, I can't. Does he match up well enough to stop a Jokic?
He does against Embiid. You need him against Embiid. You don't have any.
That's true.
Marc Gasol isn't going to stop him.
Hell no, he's not.
Yeah, so.
I'm just saying. I think he's important, and we definitely needed him. But I'm just saying, like based on the other moves that were made, I don't know. I don't know he's going to be the piece that we need.
I will say this just to wrap it up real quick. I think Drummond is needed for the mere fact that every championship needs an advantage on all perimeters, whether it's guards, big man, whatever. And you saw that with the Lakers last year with Dwight and JaVale McGee, right? They were doing their thing against Portland. They sat him out against Houston, right? Brought him back in against Denver. So like you need those, even though Drummond may not be that guy every night to be reliable, there's going to be games where you do need him or matchups where you do need him. So to have him on your squad is really an addition. It's not really going to hurt your team. So that's how I look at it.
All right, so I heard what you guys all said about the Lakers and super teams in general. Let's look back. Let's look back. Go back in time real quick and look at because I want to get on you, Miles, about what you said about the Boston Celtics starting this. You feel me? There were super teams way before that. Philadelphia, Chicago, all in the 80s and in the early 90s, there were super teams. So like you sitting there and they're saying, oh, like this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen team would know. By the way, shout out to my boy Paul Pierce, my guy. I got a little rant for the people later on. We'll talk about that later. But listen, man, super teams have been a thing from the start, and the fact that you think that Boston's quote unquote started this, nah, bro.
All right, bro. So let me get on you real quick. We know that the 80s, 90s, we had the Celtics, we had the Lakers, we had the Bulls. I'm not including them because we're talking about the modern era of basketball that we're watching that. I consider my three-peat Lakers definitely a super team, but who can you name? Who formed a team in response to them?
What?
That's not.
What are you talking about?
Who formed a super team in response to my Lakers?
I got it, Miles. I can help you out. Look, the Celtics, what they did was they made a domino effect, right? At that time, before the Big Three happened, there was no Big Three or even Big Twos, really. You had the Pistons with no real superstar. You had the Spurs with Tim Duncan and supporting cast, right? But when the Celtics became a Big Three, that's when Miami's Big Three happened. And following that, when LeBron went to Cleveland, he made his own Big Three. And then the Warriors grabbed KD to make that Big Three to beat them. So it was a domino effect at that time. I agree. But I don't think your Lakers, in the three-peat were like a super team. They had two superstars, but we're talking about big threes.
Yeah, in the broad sense, the broad definition, they could be considered a super team because they had two Hall of Fame players. In the broad sense, if we're gonna go that route, since you have brought it up, Abdi, that's why I'm saying like, okay, you can call them a super competitive team is how I would phrase it. But because of the 08 Celtics specifically, the league became a league of parity, and everybody started to follow the trend. That's why I'm saying you guys, your 08 Celtics started that, except for my Lakers that took y'all down in 2010. We didn't need all that.
Oh, yeah. Just like we came back from like one of the biggest deficits in NBA history in the finals of 08 against you guys.
And then not being without
against that beast, Kobe Bryant.
KG, and no, KP wasn't there. Game 7, I forgot. You're right. So we could have probably won that game, but it's okay. Y'all can have that. Shout out to
It
Kobe.
went to its rightful owner. It's okay.
Okay, all right. From there, we're gonna transition over to more championship talk, guys. Stephen A. Smith again with his foolish comments about Russell Westbrook. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm gonna let Johannes go before Miles on this, but first, I wanna quote what he said. He said, "Westbrook's numbers don't mean anything to me. He still hasn't got that shot going, 3-point shot to be exact. And then in terms of results, and he listed a bunch of players that he played with and still playing with to this day. Bradley Beal being the All-Star, that he doesn't have a ring. Russ responded, "A championship doesn't change my life. I'm happy. I was a champion once I made it to the NBA. I grew up in the streets. I'm a champion. I don't have to be an NBA champion. I know many people that got NBA championships that are miserable, haven't done nothing for the community, haven't done nothing for the people in our world. And for me, man, my legacy, like I mentioned before, is not based on what I do on this court." From this back and forth between Stephen A. and Russell Westbrook, give me your thoughts.
Listen, man. Miles, you trying to go first or?
Well, yeah,
All right,
I
go
would
for
like
it.
to
Go
go
for it.
first.
Yeah, go for it.
He took the bait. He took the damn bait. Stephen A. Smith is always going to talk and make these hot points and get on certain players. There's two sides to the coin, though. I know Stephen A. is very critical of Russ because he's so doggone talented that he believes, he definitely deserves to have a ring. But in the same breath, he did not need to come for him like that. However, that is his job to be critical and comment on people. He's literally a sports commentator. So I understand him doing his job. Um, I would say for Russ, that's not something you need to get offended or literally comment on. I mean, when he talked in the interview, he didn't address Stephen A. directly, but we all know who he was responding to. And Stephen A. then responded on First Take after that, saying, and I kind of echo the sentiment that he was putting out. He was saying that we're just talking basketball, then we don't have to bring up the fact that you're all the things that you're doing in your community. That's great. You've got an estate. You've got a generational wealth for your kids, but he is not talking about that. We're talking strictly basketball, and I have to say, Stephen A., I kind of agree with you, man. You got a point because he is talented. He's a former MVP, and I mean, he's averaging a triple double again, which is all historically great. But it's come to the point where it's kind of depreciated just because it hasn't amounted to nothing, hasn't amounted to a ring. So I think what Stephen A. is really saying is like, you're this great of a player. I expect something, a championship out of you. Otherwise, you're going to fall into the category of the Charles Barkleys of the world. And you're not going to be, your legacy basketball wise is not going to be remembered as great as it could have been. But there's multiple ways to see it. I don't know, man. I feel like Rush should have even said nothing, but he took the bait, so that's on him.
Now, listen, Miles is correct on every terms, and both Russ and Stephen A. were right. You know what I'm saying, respectively. However, this is basketball talk. Nobody's talking about him, in the community or whatever. But I just want to use this analogy real quick. The league leader in NBA history in assists is John Stockton. League leader in steals in NBA history, John Stockton. But there's a reason why we don't talk about him as one of the greatest or the greatest point guard in NBA history. Because he doesn't have a ring. Right? We talk about Magic Johnson or Isaiah Thomas, but we don't talk about him, even though he has the stats to back it up, right? So, and I agree, Russ has had plenty of help. Maybe not right now. I'll give him a pass right now because their best player is, I don't even know who, Hachimura, maybe that kid from Israel. I don't know. But As far as him and OKC, he should have been to the NBA Finals more than once. Let's be real on that. They should have never lost to Utah when they had Paul George and Carmelo on the team. They got lit up by Joe Ingles and a rookie Donovan Mitchell, which is embarrassing. But yeah, I mean, what are stats if you don't, if you don't translate it to wins? I understand that he has that winning mentality and he wants to win, but is he doing everything he can on the court to win basketball games? Meaning sacrificing the ball, in clutch time, making the right plays, So I think Russ is a great player. He's very competitive. We all know that. And he doesn't back down from anybody. You can name players on players that he's got beef with. But as far as him being a winner, or him not having a ring right now, yeah, I mean we're gonna look at that. Now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So
Here's the thing. I agree with both of what you guys said. I also, to an extent, agree with what Stephen A said. As a basketball player growing up, Miles, you would know a major goal would just to be going to the NBA, getting your mom a house, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, you're set, right? As a basketball player. You compile all these stats, all these accolades, and then people still don't give you credit for that. You feel me? And as an analyst, your job is to criticize. I get what Stephen A did is like what he said is partially true, but at the end of the day, a championship should define another person's legacy. You have all these stats, you have all these accolades, you've done so much for the community, as Russ said. How come he's the one getting bashed for what had happened in OKC on that 3-1 lead that they blew? How come he's the one getting bashed for the Houston Rockets in their downfall? How come he's the one getting bashed right now in Washington with the team that they have? Like, how come no one's talking about James Harden, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, those guys? You feel me? Championships don't define your legacy. Point blank, period. It's nice to have one, but at a point in your career, you're just like, yo, like I've done so much for the game. I don't need to. I don't need this to define who I am. Go ahead, Miles.
Oh wait, hold on. I just want to say something real quick because
go ahead,
real quick.
You about to echo the same thing I'm about to say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, Abdi, we do get on James Harden and Chris Paul and these guys for not having, whatever. A. B. Stephen A. Smith never blamed him for the Houston Rockets downfall. He said they played the Lakers, the NBA champions, and also you got to realize James Harden took the Warriors, the greatest team in NBA history, to 7 games. All right, so Russ did not do that. All right, so
Russ
if you want to get on,
Russ did do that though. Russ did do that. He was with KD. I get it, but Russ did do that.
Was it against KD and the Warriors, or did he have KD versus the Warriors?
Russ did do the same thing James Harden did with against the Warriors when he had Chris Paul. Russ just had KD. There's no difference, bro.
There is a difference. Harden played a team that had that Warriors team, including Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook had Kevin Durant on his team going against a Warriors team that did not have KD, is what I'm saying. Also, I wasn't.
You're right.
Right. And also, I wasn't here for the OKC Golden State 3-1 lead. I was back home. I was back home. However, when I did come back, I did hear KD and Russ were both to blame. I heard KD had like a 10 for 30 night in like game 5 or game 6 or whatever. So I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with that series, but from what I heard, they both got blamed on that exact series.
Yeah. Well, personally, I think when Stephen A was getting on Russ about, his championship, potentially winning a championship, I think he's more so referring back to 2011, 2012 when they played Miami, which I blame James Harden more than anything for that, for kind of choking up a little bit. Same thing in Houston in the playoffs. When they did have Russ, I blame James Harden for both of those situations. So to put it this way, Russell Westbrook just happened to be born at the wrong time. Because to put it quite simply, he happened to be born at the wrong time. He's on the later, when he came into the league, he was on the later half of a Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal career, right in the prime of LeBron's career, had KD with him, got to the finals, couldn't get it done because they played LeBron. And, KD did that snake move, jump ship, and then he was left to try to figure it out from there.
KD still
And
doesn't have a ring, by the way. Just for
oh, come
anyone
on,
listening.
bro, you can't.
No, he's right. What are you talking about? He's right, and he still won't get
Okay.
one. Even if he wins one in Brooklyn, he's not gonna get one.
So none of his rings are legitimate. Just so okay, all right, I get it.
Nope.
All right,
Hell no.
it's because he had the help. Okay, I get it. He ran from the grind and went and got help. Went and got all the biggest kids from the playground and decided we gonna play these JV kids and we're gonna run them off the floor. Okay, I get it. The thing is with Russ, the reason why I agree with Stephen A the most is because, like you were saying, Johannes, as far as giving sacrifice and doing everything you can to improve your game, the biggest thing that Stephen A was emphasizing is the fact that his 3-point shooting hasn't improved. Like it hasn't. That's the modern game. He hasn't adjusted with the times.
Miles, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
If you're putting up the numbers that Russell Westbrook is putting up every night and producing the way Russell Westbrook is producing every night, do you really need a 3-point shot? Do you?
Yes, you.
Is it a
yes,
must?
you do. Yes, you do. Let me explain why. Because your output and all that energy you're spending, being a slasher, I know that's his game, and getting those 2-point conversions on the inside, all that energy could be dispensed. You can use less energy shooting the ball from the outside, and that's an extra 1 point to every 2 points he makes. His offensive efficiency could be way higher if he did get a 3-point shot.
Can I add something real quick? Yeah, actually, that's perfect that you brought that up because there's 2 players that come to mind: LeBron and Giannis. Right? You see Giannis getting booted out, Eastern Conference Finals, second round, whatever. You see him working on his 3-point shot because he knows his game isn't going to be enough to lead his team to the championship. LeBron, right? When he left Cleveland, went to Miami, lost against Dallas, he learned how to be a playmaker, working his 3-point shot. His free throw percentage is still ass, but everything else is it's translated well. And then he goes to the Lakers. All right, I'm getting old. I can't be slashing to the rim like that. Continuing to develop his 3-point shot, right? Like it's just knowing. Like I understand that maybe Russ was born at a different time or whatever, as far as players in the league or whatnot. But like you gotta understand when you're putting up numbers and like really just putting that energy out and it's translating to L's, you got to sit back and reevaluate your game. That's what the off season's for. Like, all right, you know what? Let me do this. Let me work on that. My team really needs this, so let me do that in order to advance and make it to the finals.
Another point that Stephen A made is real quick, Abdi. If we were talking about Zion, if he was the one averaging the triple double, if we were talking about a Luka that was averaging the triple double, that would be impressive. But he's so late in his career that he should have figured out a way to transform his game because it's the same since he came into the league, to be honest with you. Like it's just increased in volume, but his output and results, it's empty calories. And all I'm saying is if he would have did like LeBron, and used his strength because he could be such a dual threat if he got a 3-point shot on him because people have to respect his drive. That gives him space. He could be hitting threes all day.
Bro, when he came to the league, I was 14 years old. I will be 27.
14.
I will be 27 years old this year, and he still hasn't developed a 3-point shot.
Exactly. And that's why it's a detriment to him. It's a stain on his career because if he did figure that out, I bet you he could have gotten at least a little bit closer to getting that ring because he could be, his offensive explosion is declined. It's going to only decline as time goes on. He can't stay in the league just playing the way he plays. And he's not going to be a winner that way. You have to adjust. You can thank Steph for that. But
the only thing that really rubbed me the wrong way off of Stephen A. Smith's comments was just the fact that you need a championship to define your legacy. Bro, you don't, bro. You don't. Do what you got to do statistical wise. You get your accolades. Make sure your family's all right. At the end of the day, if a championship comes. But a legacy does not define another person's career. But let's be real here. Let's be real.
But what about?
Yep.
When you're in the league, you already have that money. Your family's already straight. 3-4 years into your league, into the league.
Yeah, that's when you start acting like KD and do what you got to do to win a championship.
So I knew he was gonna throw something under the bus, but and not give credit when credit's due or something.
Abdi, I agree with you if you're talking about him as a man. Russell Westbrook, the man. But Russell Westbrook, the basketball player, nah, bro. He gonna end up.
That's crazy.
He
That's
gonna end up.
crazy.
He gonna end up. He gonna end up with Charles Barkley,
And,
man.
and you from Cali. That's crazy.
And that's
So
why I'm
it's
so
keeping it real.
critical.
Yeah, that's what he's
That's
keeping
why
it
I'm
real.
so critical, bro, of him. Like you're not gonna. That's the difference between being a legend and a hero.
All right. I
Next
mean,
next topic, man.
to each their own. Everyone got their own opinion on everything. So like I respect you guys' opinion.
You know, we should have like a news anchor, you know, like effect in the music and all that. But yeah, man, yo, a lot's happened this week, man. I actually missed out on some stuff to put in here, but you know, I just stuff that came to my mind, you know, things that, you know, I was seeing that was being shared on the Shade Room, you know, House of Highlights, you know, all of these great platforms, you know, that you know, makes everybody look bad. But look, man, we talking about the snake, right? We talking about the man who left the ring. But what else is KD? He's a professional NBA player with his own sneaker, you know, with everything. But what is he also on the side, you know, on his free time? He is the biggest internet troll. And unfortunately, this past week, he got fined $50,000 for trolling, but also threatening, but also using slurs against a Z-list actor. Michael Rapaport, man. You know, we all know him to be this internet troll. You know, the biggest LeBron critic. You know, next to me, we share that same fan base. We're actually in the group text together and everything. You know, but you know, things just went sideways. You know, I thought when I saw these texts being shown out on the social media platforms that we all love, I thought this was fake. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, you know, this was just scripted. You know, yeah, him being a troll. But KD said some very foul language, and I just want to say real quick, you're a clown, both of you. You know, you get threatened, then you should not release that, man. Address it like a man. You know what I'm saying? Call him up. You know, lawyer up if you want to. You know, yeah, y'all acting like clowns. But before I give my real opinion, Abdi,
Nah,
let's talk about
go
this.
ahead, bro. Give us your real opinion on this.
Oh, my opinion is Katie's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? All right. All this time over here, you know, trolling back and forth with Michael Rapaport, man. Listen, what's up with the Achilles, man? We ain't seen you in the court, man. All right. All this time over here, man. Listen, you should be in the ice bath or something. You know, like take care of your body, man. Stop with this Twitter fingers. All right. The language being used, I don't like. You got to be professional at all times. Well, he used slurs that, you know, yeah, I would say yes.
All
If,
right.
you know,
All
if
right.
you were to use them on people
All
like
right.
that.
All right. So going off of that, do you think he should have been, I hate to say it, treated the same way as,
Oh, you mean Myers Leonard?
I mean, yeah, Myers Leonard. Sorry, they all, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
Myers
think
Leonard.
so. I don't think so because Myers Leonard said it live in front of thousands of people and he knew what he said versus KD was saying it behind closed doors in a private message. There's things that I say to you, D, through text or FaceTime or whatever or in person, right? That might be questionable to be saying, you know, elsewhere, but that stays between us.
Right.
Likewise with Miles. So I
Right.
think that there should have been a bigger fine, maybe like money wise, but I don't think as far as like a serious punishment
Also,
in regards of, you know, being
yeah. Also, I think Michael Rappaport kind of felt bad for for being a troll, and you know, sometimes when you want that kind of attention online, you got to do what you got to do, right? I'm not saying Michael Rappaport needs that type of attention online, you know.
Oh, he does. He does.
You think so?
He's a Z-list actor or a comedian.
He's got a big platform. I like his podcast. I mean, I used to.
It's not as big as KD's.
Not
So
exactly.
that's clout chasing at that point.
Yeah, at that point, you got to question, bro, why'd you just keep this to yourself and then talk about it on your podcast where, you know, like that's your platform instead of putting it out on social media. You have a bunch of questions, you know, so.
Because we live in an era where instead of addressing things, we all just put on our stories or whatever, and it's a really sad reality.
Yeah, but
yeah, the internet has ruined the world. I definitely think that's true. But if there's nothing else for you to add, Abdi, I didn't know snakes traveled in packs, y'all. I didn't know they all hung out together because this is very snake-like behavior from Michael Rapaport. And KD, eagles shouldn't fly with pigeons. And KD has a much higher platform, has a much more recognizable name. And he's always going to be typically 9 times out of 10 the bigger person if something comes up. But yet he's a 32-year-old professional basketball player, superstar, might I add, has his own shoe, has a deal with Nike, household name, and yet he's still acting childish. You can't do this type of stuff, man. You're gonna be a target when it comes to this type of stuff. Like, and it's like unfortunate, like you can't trust nobody, I guess. But if you're gonna go ahead and threaten me and my wife, or mention my wife, talk about, and I quote, your wife don't even respect you, I'll probably go expose you too. You know?
Now we're throwing hands, man.
Yeah, but yo, to be honest though, some of the words he said was kind of just foul. I was like, damn, KD be talking like that. That's crazy.
KD was out of pocket for that. And honestly, they were both wrong. I was just being facetious. I would never expose a private conversation between me and somebody else. But like, if that's the case, like, see him, bro. Y'all can talk. I thought he was gonna be rehabbing and focusing all his energy on trying to get a chip, but it looked like he got time to talk back and forth on Instagram or Twitter or wherever the hell it was exchanged. But knowing that he threatened him and his mentioned his wife, yeah, the fine was definitely warranted. I think it could have been more than that because he makes an absorbent amount of dollars off of his contracts alone or endorsements alone. So yeah, I think it was warranted. But KD, man, you're 32. You need to stop this shenanigans, bro. This could have been a phone call. I mean, I don't think that would have been any much better if he would end up recording it. But it's like, if it's that serious, to see him or do what Drake does with the 72-hour rule. And if something offends you, sleep on it. You still wake up bothered by it, sleep on it again. I bet you it's not going to bother you as much the third day. So I don't think he needs to be as, again, it's just like what we were talking about when Russ responds to Stephen A. as far as the being critical. Only difference is this ain't even an NBA or a sports analyst. This is just a regular Z-list actor, as Johanna said. So yeah, man, it's childish. It's too old for
him.
Yeah, like no, like it's just with the whole burner account situation. Now this is just, it's like, bro, KD, stay healthy, man. I think the best thing for KD to do now is stay healthy, because when he's not, he's bored.
Yeah, and I think hanging out with Kyrie is not going to help him out as far as emotional stability. But yo, speaking of emotional stability, we got one amazing artists. Well, in this case, two artists, but they're not both amazing. But look, anyways, we saw the video. I know we all saw the video. Everybody saw the video. Their mom saw the video of Quavo and Saweetie in the elevator. And hey, we saw the video, but we don't know what happened prior to it. I'm just gonna say that real quick. Regardless, Quavo, man, what you doing, man? You know, Quavo, Hancho, my life like Pablo. Man, what you doing, man? Huh? This man looked at the elevator camera and he knew, damn, man, I just messed up, man. This shit about to be exposed, man.
Abdi, you got to insert that now. Right now. You got to insert that a close-up.
At this moment, he knew.
He knew he effed up. Yeah. Instant meme. But in all seriousness, we don't know what the details are. We don't know why they were getting physical and fighting over whatever that was in that bag. Whatever it was probably valuable, clearly. It looks like it appeared in the footage that Quavo did injure her some way, but I don't think it's that serious. Some people might disagree with me. I'd say it's a domestic dispute. It's not quote unquote domestic violence or abuse. He didn't and not to make fun or mock the situation that had happened before, but he didn't Ray Rice her, bro. He didn't start swinging. So I would say that it's not as big as a deal as people were making it, just because she didn't press charges. So clearly it was just a dispute. And quite frankly, I think they're, this might be something y'all disagree with, but I think they're both toxic and they shouldn't have been together in the first place. But yeah, that's
where I was gonna go with this whole situation. I was like, yo, bro, there's been talks about these two all over hip hop news, Shade Room, all that. You see them the last, I feel like 2 months, if I'm correct, Giannis or Miles, you could correct me, but these two are just, they seem like they're two toxic people who don't deserve to be loved by each other. So like at this point, it's just like, why, bro? On both sides, why? You know, like honestly, I really don't want to even like get into talking about all this, but it's just
Hold on.
yeah, bro, it's just pointless, bro. Like
Yeah,
But they don't deserve love. Is that
from
what
one
you're
another. He
saying?
said from one another, man. Relax, man. Why are you inserting? Why are you taking out words from what he said? He said from one another, man. But look, listen. In my opinion, Quavo messed up. But look, Saweetie is a lame. I never liked her, never will. Everything she said on Justin LA
yeah, bro,
Boys
like
show,
even
bro.
Quavo, bro. I'm not a big fan of Quavo like I used to be, but like it's just these two are just two big old doofuses walking around with a bunch of. I think that was a Birkin, by the way, Miles. The bag wasn't that a Birkin?
He was trying to get his investment back. That's what it was.
Was it a Birkin, Johannes?
Oh man, I don't know what that elevator trash.
I don't know
camera
with that quality.
And then it's just.
Oh, I would be doing the same thing.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
That's money, bro. You kidding me? That's going back to my estate. What are you talking about? That Birkin bag, that's an investment. That's worth more than gold, my man. I'm not even joking.
I'm laughing at everybody that were like, oh, relationship goals. This, that. I remember when Quavo posted a video. Quavo posted a video on Valentine's Day for everything he did, and all these girls, oh, relationship goals. Oh, I called it like that.
I called it from the beginning. I was like, I called it from the beginning. I don't remember who I said. If I had said this to you, put it in the comments so I could, because I totally forgot. But I called it. I think I put money on it too with somebody. I said they're not gonna last 2 years. I said they were gonna break up.
It's a celebrity, bro. It's a celebrity.
Artists should not date. Stop dating each other. You don't even see each other most of the time. You guys are doing your own thing.
Could I be honest though? I did not know Saweetie until Quavo put her on. Like,
bro, she's talented. She could rap.
I'm saying me personally, like respectfully, I had no idea about her until like that whole relationship started.
She from the Bay. You gotta put some respect on the Bay, bro. Former USC alumni.
Respect the Bay, but I don't respect her.
Man. No, that's
she said boyfriends want to be treated like girlfriends now just to get spoiled and all that. Come on, man.
Hey man, if she came up to you and said she was gonna spoil you, hell.
And spoil me. What the hell? But she said she won't. She said she wouldn't. She's like, why would I spoil my man? Because do boyfriends want to get treated like girlfriends now? Yeah. So
I misheard the quote. Yeah, that's that old way of thinking. I don't mess with that. I don't like that at all. But yeah, we can move on from that because who really cares? What's up with this young jock fake? He had a fake bear.
Oh,
is that what I'm hearing?
No, beard.
A fake beard.
Yeah.
I did, man.
Hold on, look at it real quick. Look it up real quick.
I'm done with him. I'm done with him.
I got you.
It's disgusting.
Lord, that's not his.
Man.
Sir.
Is that the one?
Yeah, but go back real quick to the side. There's a side image that went viral. Yeah, the one right below it. Yeah.
Oh, the one before and after. Oh, dude, why would you do that? Why would you let your bar?
Oh, it's a video.
I don't want to hear from Angela. I'm sorry. Nah, bro. He shouldn't have let his barber do that. Why would you?
How do you even get a fake beard now?
Transplant.
Bro, they got units. Why you have to bring up something else for other people to bring up again? But he did it to himself, bro. I don't know, man. He should have let his barber post that before and after like that. But I guess you got to support the homie's business because I don't know if anybody's
how do you get a fake beard, bro? I'm confused.
It's a hair transplant. You get a hair transplant.
I'm so confused.
You make a
you take a little bit of
lace. Like you make a lace, like you make a frontal. You did the same thing, but you just put it on your face. Same thing. I don't know why the hell you would do that though. On your face, and that glue, and nah, bro.
It can't be healthy for your skin.
You get somebody push you in the pool, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't believe I used to listen to his music, bro. That's crazy.
Hey man.
No, we all did, man.
We all did. He was hot until he started doing this crazy ass trend. I don't even know. Maybe he's trying to start his own thing. But Young Jock, if you happen to be watching this, we don't want smoke. I just want to say, I know he really.
Bruh. Ain't nobody with
really
that old Karen haircut that he had is gonna give us smoke, bro. Nobody. He's not gonna do nothing, man.
Yo.
He's gonna call for our managers, bro. The half court manager, our lawyer or something.
defamation of character? No, I'm playing. Definitely not.
That's
right, well,
crazy. Wait, so
yeah.
so Johannes, you had something else on the for the culture that
Oh
you want
yeah,
to talk
did you guys?
about?
Yeah. Did you guys see Lil Nas X's Satan shoes?
Hold on, let's see that right now.
The little Satan collab, the mischief collab. Yeah. Go ahead and pull that up. Yeah, not a good look, especially on a day like today. Since we're talking about it.
Johannes,
Since we're talking about it on Easter Sunday.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up.
So Johannes, you want to explain this?
Yeah, so basically, there was rumors a few weeks ago that Lil Nas X and Nike were gonna have a collab shoe called the Satan shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And Nike immediately, being the company that they are, immediately said, no, we are not, collabing with him. But somehow, some way, these shoes still released, and they sold out within like seconds, really.
Yeah, reselling for thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
1,400, I want to say.
Yeah, and Nike is actually going to be suing Lil Nas X's team. So my thoughts were, A, what do you think about the shoes? B, what the hell's going on? But anything Satan, I'm not rocking with. You know what I'm saying? I'm a child of God. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with no Satan, no red, no devil, nothing like that. And they're not Nike release, so I ain't rock with that either.
So Johannes, we know you're a big sneakerhead, you too, Miles. But
yeah,
as a sneakerhead, are you going to cancel Nike for this?
No, because Nike didn't collab with them on this.
Nike, this was considered a custom from what I was able to gather in my research, but I'm not gonna cancel Nike over that because they got ahead of it and they ended up suing Lil Nas and the Mischief, the company that actually produced the shoe, for the custom. There was another custom that y'all remember those Air Max, the same shoe, the white ones where they had the cross pendant and they had the water. I don't know if it's the same company, but it's a very similar custom that they did. So Nike got ahead of it and they said, "Nah, we didn't sign off on this. This didn't come from us. This is a customization." And people were confused about that up until they got ahead of it. So I'm not going to cancel Nike for it, but I am where Johannes is at. I'm a child of God myself, so I gotta say I'm not really rocking with that. And I did like Lil Nas, I really did, but nah, bro. Any satanic symbolism, I'm not messing with that.
He also has a new video out that's very satanic as well. So
you know what? I wouldn't even call the video satanic.
Is this all? Go ahead, bro.
I would call it very queer friendly. Queer friendly. That's what I would say. But the satanic symbolism at the end of it,
bro, he's depicted as a devil throughout the entire video.
A stripper, really. But
like I have nothing against it. It's just I don't know.
Very creative, but it's not for me. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, man. Speaking of music, I had my phone out because there was a song that I was gonna go rant about later.
Johannes, go ahead and rant, please.
But it's not with him though. It's about somebody else.
I was like, Johannes is looking down his phone, checking the sneaker app to see.
Yeah, he was checking something.
The shoes is still there.
No, I was just refreshing this song's dislike that I'm looking at.
Oh, you have a dislikes list.
No. So okay. I'm assuming. Do you want to just move on to the rant real quick? I assume we can just move on.
You can move into that section because I got something totally different to talk about.
Listen, rant wise, man. Listen, I just heard the worst song ever, and it actually made my ears bleed. And actually, Abdi and I saw him live in Portland, and goes by the name of YBN Amir. The song is called Soul Train, and it currently has 11,000 likes, but 90,000 dislikes. That's how bad this song is. I mean, this song is terrible. Yeah.
I would play it. I don't know if YouTube is gonna allow it though.
Hold up. We could let's stop this real quick because we can all hear this individually and let me know what you think. Let's just pause this real quick.
Okay, we'll come
Like
back. We'll
it's
be right
that
back.
bad. Yeah, it's that
We'll be
bad,
right
bro.
back, man.
Like a lot of upcoming artists
Mm.
that have trash music. Sorry. When you hear it back a few times, does it not click in your head like, oh, like this ain't the one? Does it really hit you like, man, I gotta release this, man. It's my hit single, man. You know, like this about to bang.
Listen,
I don't
that
know
right
what to
he
say.
he said that was a single.
Yeah, that's a single for his upcoming album.
Oh no. Yeah, nobody's listening to that.
Not me. I'm not listening to that.
I wasn't really listening to him anyways. The last good song he came out with was Bounce Out.
I was more intrigued about the
Yeah.
comments. If you go on the YouTube page, the second comment is this man really recorded this joint in a jellyfish from the Bikini Bottom.
Dog, they
Yo,
they're only gonna get worse. Cause how long ago did that song come out? When did he drop that?
a week ago.
A week ago? Oh,
Yeah.
it takes like 2 weeks for people to really pick up on stuff, but I haven't heard nobody talk about it. So that's how bad.
I saw it on Twitter, and I don't know if you guys know I Am Dante on YouTube.
On Twitter, I haven't been on Twitter, so that's on me.
This guy says the only thing missing is an Ice JJ Fish feature.
Oh man.
Kind of looks like him too.
Oh yikes!
Just with the little
that little art, whatever that was all around bad.
Shout out SJJ. He's more of a God guy now, so
good for him. Yeah, but whoever did YBN, that was bad.
YBN, I just no pun intended when I say this, but all pun intended. I feel like you're not doing too much.
You're wrong for that. Anyway, man. Well, since we got that out of the way, I got something I actually do want to go off about. And you guys know we're still in a pandemic, right? You guys realize that? Well, can somebody talk to the Texas Rangers owner because they opened up the capacity as of today, tomorrow, April 5th, Monday, the Rangers home opening game is set for 100% crowd capacity.
That's the biggest state. That's the biggest state in the U.S. too. That's crazy.
How dumb can you be? Yes, and you're correct. That's like, I want to say land-wise, like actual land-wise, Texas is the largest continental state in the United States. So why in the hell would you do this? And they're gonna try to justify it and say there's the economic implications. Yeah, and I sympathize with the employees and everybody else that works part-time there and whatnot. But man, we'll never be out of this pandemic at this rate, guys. Because these companies, these corporations, they want to make their money. They've missed out and they don't care. It just pisses me off because, like, y'all know it's way too soon, but they got a whole different mentality down there in Texas. And I cannot rock with it. I'm not with that. 100% capacity, that's like, I want to say 25,000 seats, y'all. That's so irresponsible. And it irks me because the way it seems like once these, people at the top got their little vaccines, they're like, yeah, free the country or open everything back up. I'm fine. So everybody else should be fine. Or they just don't care in general. But man, that's just so irresponsible. And hey, anybody that I know from Texas, don't come near me if you go into that game. That's all I got to say.
I know there's a lot of people that are still like concerned about the pandemic, but hopefully with the vaccines coming out, I'm not going to say the pandemic's going to be over by any time soon, but
it's not going to be over by tomorrow. That's
that's facts. That's just stupid to open up 100%. And I know the Lakers Staples Center, they just started opening it up. So big up to you guys. And the Celtics started last week. But yeah, man, mask up.
Hey, listen. Don't worry. You know why we ain't gonna worry? The Rangers were the worst team in their what's this called? I don't even know baseball. The AL East.
AL East, yeah.
AL East, yeah. Listen, They're trash. And you said the biggest state in the U.S. and they're the 13th most valuable team in the MLB. So even if they open up to full capacity, ain't no way in hell people are gonna show up to make it full capacity. So hey, y'all bums, owners, you guys are bums. And hopefully you guys are one of the worst teams in the league once again.
Yeah, most Texas baseball watchers that I know are Astro fans anyway. So I guess you're right. We shouldn't have to worry too much. But yeah, y'all bums. Y'all are pretty trash for doing that. That's a bum move.
The dictator of this country, man. You know, I would impose
Oh
so
my
many
God, here you
great
go.
I would impose so many great laws to protect our people and make sure that these owners and privileged people pay.
Hey man, they
Put the
about to
restrictions
with
on them.
they about to with Biden about to put out. Oh, they about
Hey,
to pay
man.
big time.
Biden ain't tough
He
like
about to
me.
level.
You put me in the White House, I will get things done day one. As soon as I sign on inauguration day, listen, I'll be in there. Give me some coffee and I'm good to go.
All right, you're gonna be my write-in ballot for the next election then.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I gotta wait till I'm 35, but appreciate that.
Hey man,
Yo,
gotta start
Giannis,
somewhere.
you got a rant?
Oh no, my rant was that song.
Oh, okay.
It's
That was
doing
his
it too
rant.
much.
Okay. So let
Yeah,
me.
no, that's bad.
I'm pretty sure you guys saw Paul Pierce's IG live a few nights ago. Uh, there's been a lot of people bashing on him for enjoying life.
Hey, I can
Having,
officially say he's one of the goats now.
hey, wow. After that, really, it took you that long? It really, bro, it took you that long. That's crazy to me. But for the people bashing Paul Pierce for enjoying a night out with a guy's night, it looked like they were playing poker. It looked like there was some, extracurricular activity going on in the background. At least he didn't go to a strip club. At least he wasn't around like 500 other people. So for the people bashing Paul Pierce for enjoying life to the fullest, screw y'all. All right, and mind your own business. Point blank. Period. You you still the goat for me, my guy.
Real
Inglewood's
quick.
very own.
I just want to say real quick. Monica, where you at? You should be here, girl. You can make some money too. But no,
Monica
but no.
should have came through.
I agree. That he can do whatever he wants. He's earned that privilege, and he's an NBA legend. However, my only issues are and we talked about this up D in the group chat, but that he represents ESPN. Like he's not a guest on there like Kendrick Perkins. He's actually on ESPN. On different shows on ESPN. So when you're representing a network of that platform, right? That's your career. Meaning whatever you do outside of the jump or the NBA countdown will affect your status on ESPN. So by going on Instagram Live with half naked women drunk as hell, throwing money everywhere. I can understand doing that privately, but when you're doing that on live to what 2, 3, 4 million people, that you have as followers, that's a problem. And second, I don't know his status right now. I don't know if he's still married or not, I know he got kids, and to be that kind of role model in that sense, you know what I'm saying, and doing all that behavior, I don't really think that's a great look. Like they said, he may be the truth, but his wedding vows aren't. So, yeah, I mean, Pierce, man, Uncle P, you still my uncle, bro. You do whatever you want, but I'm just kind of looking at you sideways right now.
Go ahead, Miles. I want to hear a guy from Cali's take on what Paul Pierce did, Mr. OG himself.
Hey man, shout out Eaglewood first and foremost. I gotta say, I definitely agree with what you're saying, Johannes. You're an ESPN employee, Mr. Pierce, Uncle P. Anything you do outside of work is a reflection of your company and the people that you represent. I get it. Like live life, enjoy your life. But and I don't know his personal life like too much, like as far as his marriage. I don't know if he still is married, but yeah, now that's pretty disrespectful to Mr. Pierce then. if he is in fact married and has kids and is supposed to be a role model, and he did look a little zooted to me uh, on that
He,
on
he
that
was
little
he was
live.
he was lit.
He was he
He
was
was
he was
lit.
gone. He was gone. So in that case, when you're gone, you make dumb decisions, and um, I'm sure he's groveling and apologizing heavily to his wife as we speak. But
Bro, he
yeah,
he
man,
showed he showed no worries. I think the next morning he literally tweeted good morning.
did he?
I swear to
Oh,
God.
He
he's a
did, yeah.
goat. He's a goat.
He
He's a
got
goat for that.
100,000 likes also.
He's a goat for that. All right, then I redact what I said. Then I got.
Hold up. And
He was just enjoying himself
he said good morning at 10 p.m.
at 10 p.m. Hey man, if he's living without any worries with his life, then maybe they have an agreement, and he's allowed to have fun as long as he don't do nothing crazy, disrespectful. Maybe she is too, but hey man, Monica, I think that she's the loser in all of this. She missed
We
out.
gotta find out who Monica is, man. I want to see a picture, like somebody like
she
social
coulda
media
got some money.
thing. Find Monica. We want to see who Monica is, because when you're
We
lit
gonna-
and you're talking about, yo, Monica, you should be here. Like,
He
that,
said,
Hey,
he said you should
hey,
be here. You
something
could have
important.
made money.
You get money. Hey, if you made it to this part of the video, put in the comments hashtag find Monica. Hashtag find Monica in the comments, y'all.
Real quick for both of you guys. Do you think Pierce will be on ESPN for the near future?
Nah, I
he
think
he might get this. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Miles. Go ahead.
I think he might get a suspension, a paid suspension. And they gonna keep him off the air for a little bit, but by the time the playoffs come back around, he'll be back on the air.
Oh, you muted, bro.
My bad. Kayvon, shout out Kayvon. I think it was Kayvon or Henri. I don't know, but they said they only keeping him until a solid retired player gets out, so they could see him out. So I don't know how long they will keep him, but if not long, I think he's gonna go home locally, NBC Sports Network. Take Perk's job.
Dang. So they're just
stay local. Look at James Worthy. Y'all were smoking that what's it called? The Cuban when y'all won the championship. Yeah, when they won a championship
it's a
in
cigar.
the studio.
I know you're not comparing
in the studio.
It's a cigar,
the studio.
bro. That's not gonna get
but this is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Shannon, that part. Shannon Sharp was smoking a cigar in the studio. He had the cigarillo.
He had the black. He had the black. He had the black
and mild.
Yeah.
It was the black and mild, and then he had the backwoods, the Russian cream joints.
I'm saying,
and the Henny in the studio.
And I think what you failed to mention too, Abdi, is like they're doing that, but the network knows that they're doing that. Like they it's
signed
not
off
at random. You know
what
I'm saying? They're like, okay, if we win a championship, we're gonna smoke. You can do X, Y, and Z. Pierce is over here smoking a blunt, lit on Instagram Live with strippers.
Bro,
talking to escorts. So in my opinion, he's gone. He's not back. This is ESPN.
The network definitely didn't sign off on that, and it was for entertainment production purposes. So yeah, dog, he might. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna get fired.
Yeah, suspension.
But
for sure.
I think he'll get a paid leave or a suspension or something. I wouldn't say they're gonna fire him just because in this day and age, people, especially with marijuana, especially with the NBA, since they did suspend marijuana testing recently, I don't think it's going to correlate somehow, and they're not going to strike him down.
He's been posting. He's been posting about his businesses with weed companies for the past couple months now. So
a bunch
weed
of
isn't even
NBA
a thing
players
here.
are invested in the cannabis industry right now. So I don't think it's going to be as big of a deal. But I mean, he is an ESPN employee.
Right, but we're talking about that. Weed is only one factor of this whole equation.
Strippers also.
Right. So I think what's going to happen is maybe ESPN might give him suspensions, but I think they're both just going to mutually agree that it's not going to work out. And you got to realize ESPN. You know how many people want his job?
Oh, I know.
That's possible. That's definitely true.
I think Dwayne Wade should take that position.
I like him on TNT. No, I like D-Wade on
TNT. He's funny, dude. I like him.
Listen, Johannes, you want to outro?
Outro, man. We out here, man. Listen, we spoke our truth like we always do every week. Leave in the comments, man. Listen, we want to know what y'all think about YBN Namir's song. What y'all think? Do you think Pierce is gonna stay? Where's Monica at, man? This is tougher to find than Waldo. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. But look, We want to hear your comments, opinions. We appreciate y'all listening through the whole episode. I mean, we're talking about the 3 greatest hosts, so I hope y'all listen to the whole episode. But this is Johannes, King Tesfai, Abdi, the True 34. I'm saying Lil Gap, Miles, OG. We out.
Excellent.